We've slowed things right down for these final days in Portugal, parked up by a quiet lake near Penha Garcia. And there's more here than you might expect. Fossil-lined canyons, a castle that feels barely big enough to defend anything, and a village that still moves to the rhythm of its church bells. There are no big plans, no real agenda. We're just making the most of what's left before we head on. Right, so this is where we are, down at the dam itself of Penha Garcia. You've got a castle up on the hill, just up there, and beyond that is the white church. Right, so we're at the dam, and there we go, very steep concrete one. Right, so we just crossed over the river, and we're coming up to this short building here, a small building. Right, so this is the fossil house. Unfortunately, it's closed. Even though it says, well, we're in the opening hours. So I'm not sure, maybe it's a seasonal thing. Oh, look at that. Daffies. Daffies for a Welshman. Love it. Yeah, there's quite a lot of these channels. I think it comes from, obviously they put something higher up in the outlet of the dam. And the main outlet is the river down in the basin there. And then you've got these channels that just been diverted up and around. And this is the miller's house, so I'm guessing that would have been used then to turn some sort of wheel or something. Yeah, basic engineering from way back when. I'll tell you what would have been good here. A drone. Yeah, I remember seeing this online. So this whole sort of pathway, wooden boardwalk thing. I used to walk the edge of this waterfall and little pool area, but obviously the flash floods, etc., have washed that away. So we've got a temporary one at the moment. But we'll keep on walking for a little bit and see what's down here. Yeah, again, you've got the blossoms coming out there as well. What a lovely, lovely little area. Right, we're now at the back area of the miller's house that we saw earlier. And you've got there's an old, what looks like a wheel there, milling wheel, and you've got another one set out there as a table. Oh, a bit of a tight squeeze. Alright, and up this way. Yeah, again up on top, so sort of there, you can just see the flagpoles of the castle, Penha Garcia Castle. Ah, the downsides to walking down into a gorge. You gotta get back up out of it. Yeah, that's some view down there. Right, there you are. You can just about see us on the far side over there, just parked up. So actually, without doing the ravine, it's not an awfully long walk across to Penha Garcia. It's a little bit steep and challenging though, but it's a good path underfoot. There you go. Hopefully you can see the castle a lot clearer now. Don't know what that means, but we'll have a look anyway. It's not blocked off. Normally they tape things or chain things off if they don't want you going anywhere near it. Oh, it's a little cave thing or nook. Oh, so it does go in and... Right, and I believe that's us at the top end of the village. Yay! Oh, I can see the church spire. Let's go and have a look at the church. So there's a parking area up here, and we've got a little sort of zigzaggy path there all the way up to the castle, so we'll do that while we're here, and then we shall go down and check out. We just see the spire over there of the church, and check that one out. Oh wow, look at that, you can see the views opening up already. That's a bit of a reward. Oh wow. Right, we just need to do these final steps and we're up in the castle. You don't get many townfolk in there though, to be honest, if you were being attacked. If I hadn't been such an absolute twat with the drone, flying the unflyable and killing it, rather than walking to the top of this castle, I could have sat in my van and flew the bloody drone up here. Bloody hell. Just don't stop to think about the consequences, eh? Right, in we go. And that's it. I really hope for their sake. They were a very, very small village back then. Honestly, you get half a dozen in here and a chicken, and you'd be full. Very musical tone coming off it about 10 minutes ago. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera set up, otherwise I would have tried to film it. But if I stay here long enough, hopefully I can get it a little bit later. I wasn't going to explore this today. I was going to do this tomorrow prior to going for some food, but I suppose while we're here it won't hurt to do this older part, the upper part. Oh, look at that magnolia tree, isn't it, I think? Oh, didn't expect to find that. what a lovely, like, historic and friendly feel to this little village. Oh, it's just lovely here. Very quiet. They're a minute early. Not happy with that. Right, the long walk back. Right, that actually took no time at all to get back here from, albeit from the castle area. The restaurant's a bit further away. Right, we'll jump in the van now, and then we'll head on over to the other side of the lake over there. And because the paddleboard's already inflated, I think we'll get that out on the water. And with that, we're off, and it's only a short journey across the other side, just a few minutes or so. And it is actually somewhere we've been and stayed in the weeks prior to this particular moment. I've literally been going 1 minute and she jumped on the board already. The van is just there, so she didn't waste no time. And I actually thought she would run the banking that she has done so often, but no, she just swam straight out to the board. She's either getting used to it, or she's just getting worse at being, her anxiety at separation is a lot worse. I don't know, but let's go paddle. So I think I've said it before, but so good. These paddle boards are just brilliant. This one is like a cheap Chinese shit thing. I think it costs 200 quid or something, but it's solid, absolutely rock solid, and very stable on the water, and that's what I need. Right, that's about as far as we can go, really. Yeah, what a bloody lovely area. Do you know what? And I think she's actually enjoying this one. This is the first time she's come out, sat upright and paid attention to the scenery. It's been a bit of a process, but I think we're getting there. Right, that's us back to the dam area, and yeah, we just need to go into this cove here ahead of us, and we're back at the van, literally a couple hundred meters away. Really can't stop paddling for too long. There are gusts picking up, and we really got blue on the bank then as I was filming. Right, it's paddled done and dusted. Really enjoyable actually. We got caught out a couple of times with some gusts, and it really reminds me of when I used to do quite a bit of cycling when I was training for a triathlon. No matter where you ride, there was always a headwind. You could ride on all 4 points of a compass and there'd be a headwind. And I just don't get it. And this lake was no different. We had the wind on our backs in here, in this bit. And then when we got around the corner, it was in our faces. Got to the end of the lake, turned round, and it was still in our faces. Yeah, not sure why, but there we go. Right, just about to get some dinner on, and tonight it's a simple pasta dish. However, what I would say is this is the first time I've done pasta in the van, and as much as I like it, it's just, you know, I've got half a pan of water, which I'll end up throwing away, and it's all about water efficiency, you know, and maybe I'm just being a little bit too conservative. But I thought, you know, I've got well over half a tank left, probably close to 3/4, and I've got less than 2 weeks left on the continent. So I thought I'd splash out and do a pasta dish. So we got that big round circular tubular pasta. I'm going to throw in a bit of feta. I've got some veggies down there, so I'm going to get some little cherry tomatoes, maybe bits of cucumber, and I've got a jar of olives. Chop all that up, put in the pasta, and then a little bit of pesto, and that's it. Simple meal. I won't bore you with the process. You know how to do pasta, I'm sure. And there you have it. It's as simple as that, really. Well, good morning from Penha Garcia, still at the lake. Just taking Molly out for a quick walk. I'm going to chill here for the day, then drive around to the village a little bit later, have some food, and yeah, make a decision from there. I might come back here, I might stay in the town, or I might actually just push off closer towards the Spanish border so that I'm set up then to start the drive on Sunday. So we've got some ruins up there, and then the lake. We've come around the one spur behind the van, and there's a lake just out to the front of us, and basically that's what we paddleboarded yesterday. These mimosas are so pretty. So vibrant as well, even though I know they're sort of an invasive species. I don't think they're grown for anything, actually. They just pop up wherever they bloody well want to. Well, they're not grown intentionally anyway. We're here. So I'm gonna have a coffee, and then I'm gonna finish editing a video I'm most of the way through, and I'll catch you in a bit. Right, and just in case you're wondering how I got that particular shot, that's it. Not even wrapped around it fully, but managed with a little bit of friction to get the little gorilla pod thing to hook onto the bark. Well, good morning from a lovely, beautiful lake at Penha Garcia. Oh, it's an incredible day. However, it is time to move on. You know, I've got the long road ahead of me to the north of France. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make a big dent in it today or tomorrow for that matter. Yeah, I'll probably stay in Portugal for another day or two, moving further north before cutting across into Spain. But whilst it's this beautiful and this spot is just stunning, I'm going to stay here for another hour or two, a couple of hours, maybe till lunchtime, get a bit of work done, have some food, and then we'll head off. Oh, I honestly don't know why I bother washing her. Look at the pleb. But yeah, slight change of plan. We're still at the lake, and I'm going to stay here probably for another couple of hours. It's now 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been doing a little bit of work on the computer, and I thought that I'm going to make the most of the day here, and I'm going to leave from here straight for Spain. I just want to get across the border. It's a psychological, mental thing, which is, yeah, quite apt for me, being mental. I want to leave Portugal on a high, and this place here has been incredible. So I'm going to make this the last stop in Portugal, and later on this afternoon, around about 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll head off from here, get across the Spanish border, look for somewhere to park up, maybe an hour or so away from here, 2 hours, and that'll be me broken away from Portugal, and then it's all eyes fixed on getting to the north of France then. I've still got a week to get there, but I think in my mind it makes more sense to leave here having had just the most wonderful day, well, the most wonderful couple of weeks actually, and so that's the new plan. There's a couple of hours yet, it could change again, but no, I think that's it. I've made up my mind now. I'm going to find a park up in Spain and head out of Portugal, and that'll be us, and I'll see you on the road. Hey, good afternoon. Well, we've finally done it. That was such a wrench to come away from that lake and to leave the wider area in general. Listen, I'll go into it at some other point and try and talk more coherently about it. But Portugal has just been amazing, and it far exceeded any expectation I ever had of the place. In particular, this area here, so the eastern part of central Portugal, has just been incredible. It's like 20 odd degrees at the moment. It's 3:45 in the afternoon, and yeah, blue skies, not a cloud in the sky, and we're about 20 kilometers from the Spanish border, and yeah, fuck, I really don't want to be going. Right, Rio Urgés, and that right there is the Portuguese and Spanish border. That's it. We're out of Portugal. That was actually quicker than I thought. Bugger. Right, I feel now this is where we need closure on Portugal. So I'm going to end this video here. I'll carry on the journey to the lake, and you'll see that in the next one. As I said earlier on, it's been incredible, and thank you ever so much for everyone that's made this more enjoyable in the comments section, which is growing, and I'm really enjoying reading all the stuff you're writing. So thank you for all the support and the encouragement you've shown over these past couple of weeks and months here in Europe, and over the past 12 months actually on YouTube itself. It's greatly appreciated. And so until the next one, from a lake in Spain, I hope, if I can get in there, do take care everyone, and see you again soon. Bye bye.